earth wood kept them together, but the air and the neutral um, kept them stagnant because it kept bypassing, not addressing issues that need to be addressed, and so it just snowballs and continues. And they're not really going to be all up in each other's face arguing and stuff like that. So they're almost like, for the word I want to use is polite around each other. They tiptoe around issues, and the issues never get really addressed when they actually need to get addressed. Sometimes you have to ruffle the feathers. They are less likely to ruffle the feathers. Also, with a strong androgyny score, one of the downsides in the shadow aspect of the androgynous energy is that it can lose its identity. So, relationship speaking, when you have a lot of androgynous energy in your relationship dynamic, the shadow aspect of it is it can lose its identity of what you really are. And so I think there's an aspect in their relationship where, because they were so neutral, so allowing, not addressing certain things, that it almost like it pulled in the androgynous shadow aspect, and it enabled the relationship to lose its identity. Okay. And this comes from when you don't put proper containers in place. So you can have the freedom, you can have the space, but then it's still, you got to have a base, right? And you have to have um, some type of direction or a container to hold you, not to imprison you, but just so you can reference something or know what to stand on. Um, so I think there's an excessiveness of openness in a lot of different areas that start to accumulate all these different things. Now, when we talk about conflict, a lot of times we think about the conflict fight. In Candy and Todd's scenario is they didn't have a conflict fight. They had a conflict fade. And I'm gonna touch on that a little bit uh, today, but I'll hit on another episode, part two, maybe tomorrow or whatever, and really spend some time talking about the conflict fade. Because the conflict fade is, a lot of people relationships have the uproar, right? We're at it, we're clashing, and you just know it. Well, a conflict fade is not that. You might have indifferences, but it's not showing in arguments. It's not showing, in the more the volatile side of things. But it might show up in emotional distancing yourself. It might show up in, let's bypass this problem.